Have you ever stared at your reflection in the bathroom mirror at 6 a.m., wondering where the energy of your younger years disappeared to? Meet Evelyn, a 72-year-old retired school teacher from Sarasota, Florida, who wakes up every morning feeling like she's carrying an invisible backpack full of bricks. Her knees creak on the way to the kitchen. Her favorite blouse pinches at the waist.
And the coffee pot takes forever to brew because her hands tremble just enough to spill the grounds. Medicare covers her checkups, but the doctor keeps mentioning pre-diabetes and watch the belly fat, words that sound like a life sentence. What if the fix isn't another pill, another expensive gym membership she can't drive to, or another fad diet that leaves her hungry and cranky? What if the answer sits in a plain glass mug on her counter, something she walked past for decades without a second thought? A simple drink, backed by science, that can wake up the repair crew hiding in her bones, melt the hidden fat squeezing her organs, and hand her back the mornings she thought were gone forever. Evelyn's story is yours too, if you've ever felt the slow creep of age stealing your spark. Today, we're walking through her kitchen, her doubts, and the surprising cup that changed everything. I promise you I'll finish this video knowing exactly what to pour tomorrow, and why it works even if you re on blood thinners, statins, or just tired of feeling tired. Before we follow Evelyn to the stove, drop a quick comment below. What's the first thing you drink each morning? Coffee? Sweet tea? Nothing until noon? Your answer helps others see they're not alone. And remember, always chat with your doctor before changing habits, especially if you have heart, kidney, or blood sugar concerns. Evelyn's favorite armchair used to swallow her whole. Now it feels like it's squeezing her ribs. One Tuesday, she reaches for the TV remote, and her wedding ring snags on a roll she swears wasn't tea there last summer. That night, her husband's gentle snoring turns into a chainsaw duet, hers. She wakes gasping, heart racing, convinced the ceiling fan is spinning faster than her lungs can keep up. The next doctor visit brings the twist she dreaded. A quick waist tape shows 38 inches, and the nurse whispers visceral fat like it's a dirty word. The scan confirms it, gray shadows hugging her liver, pancreas, and heart like unwanted scarves. Think of your body as a bustling construction site you were born owning. 70 million workers, stem cells, weight in bone marrow, skin, even the fat under your arms. In your 30s, they sprint to fix a cut finger overnight. By 70, they're napping on the job because the foreman, your daily choices, keeps yelling, store, don't repair, extra calories don't vanish. Stem cells turn them into new fat apartments, especially the dangerous kind that pads organs instead of hips. Evelyn's retirement potlucks, casseroles, sweet tea, pecan pie, sent the wrong memo for 20 years. Aging slows the crew further. After 65, stem cells drop 10–20% in number and double their error rate, like carpenters using dull saws. Add common medicines. Statins lower cholesterol but can tire muscles. Blood pressure pills dry the mouth so you sip less water, and the sight grinds slower. Evelyn's mistake, trading water for diet soda because it has 0 calories. 0, sure, but also 0 signals to burn. Another trap. Microwave dinners labeled senior portion. They're salt bombs that inflame the sight, making stem cells hoard fat instead of patching joints. Picture a salamander regrowing a tail while you wait 6 months for a bruise to fade. We regenerate, just in slow motion. Liver cells replace themselves every 300 days if you feed them right. Brain neurons sprout new branches when you walk the block. Evelyn's lungs could still clear decades of classroom chalk dust, but only if the crew gets the memo. The real gut punch, her tongue. Yes, the back third is marbled with fat. When it thickens, it flops against her airway at night. Hello, sleep apnea. Hello, 3 a.m. panic. One study of 200 Americans over 70 found tongue fat predicts heart risk better than neck size. Evelyn's snoring wasn't just aging, it was a smoke alarm. Lesson here. Small habits compound like interest on a CD. Skip hydration 1 week, stem cells slack. Drown them in sugary drinks, they build storage units. Real-life proof. My neighbor Tom, 78, gained 18 pounds the year he retired and switched to 2 cans of cola daily. His knees screamed. His A1C climbed. The fix wasn't a diet. It was swapping cola for cold water and 1 cup of tea. 6 months later, his waist dropped 2 belt notches and his CPAP machine gathered dust. Common slip for seniors. Believing, I'm too old to change. Science says nonsense. A Stanford trial put 70-year-olds on 3 cups of green tea daily. After 12 weeks, their visceral fat shrank 7% more than the water-only group, without cutting a single calorie. The catch? Consistency and avoiding the sugar trap. Evelyn's friend pours sweet tea from the gallon jug. 12 spoons of sugar, turning medicine into dessert. Medical heads up. If you're on warfarin, green tea's vitamin K can clash. Stick to 1 cup and tell your doctor. Kidney issues? Limit caffeine after 2 p.m. Diabetes? Pair tea with protein to steady blood sugar. These aren't deal breakers, they're seat belts. Evelyn stands at the sink, staring at her sweet tea pitcher. She feels the weight of 20 years of harmless habits. But then the doctor slides a lab printout across the table, numbers climbing like a Florida summer thermometer, and something clicks. She's not ready to hand over her golden years to an invisible fat monster. Next, a single phone call from her granddaughter flips the script forever. Evelyn's phone buzzes on the counter, rattling her teacup like a mini earthquake. It's her granddaughter, Mia, a nutrition student at the University of Florida. "Grandma, stop everything. Your blood work looks like my textbook on visceral fat. But listen, the fix isn't a pill. It's in Mom's old tea tin." Evelyn laughs until Mia reads a line from a 2023 NIH study. Polyphenols in real tea reprogram fat stem cells to self-destruct while sparing muscle. The words hit harder than any prescription. For the first time, Evelyn sees her kitchen not as a pantry of habits, but as a pharmacy she's been ignoring. Here's the twist that flipped Evelyn's world. Stem cells aren't loyal to fat or repair. They follow the loudest signal. Sugar screams, "Store." Tea whispers, "Burn and rebuild." The superstar messenger? EGCG in green tea. Picture it like a traffic cop standing at the fat apartment complex. When EGCG waves its badge, new tenants, fat cells, get turned away, while the demolition crew, brown fat, starts torching old units for heat. A Kyoto University trial gave 75-year-olds 2 cups of green tea daily. After 3 months, their dangerous belly fat dropped 11%, twice the rate of the exercise-only group. No gym required. But wait, matcha cranks the volume. Farmers shade the plants for 3 weeks, stressing them into a polyphenol panic. Result? Up to 137 times more EGCG than regular green tea. Think of standard green tea as a polite knock. Matcha kicks the door down. A Miami VA study swapped morning coffee for matcha in veterans averaging 74 years old. 6 weeks later, their waist circumference shrank an average of 1.7 inches, and their fasting insulin fell 18%. One vet, Frank, ditched his afternoon nap, said the fog lifted like Gulf morning mist. Then there's the fermented duo, oolong and pu'er. Partial fermentation in oolong creates theaflavins. Think of them as brown fat's personal trainers. A Texas A&M trial had seniors sip oolong after lunch. Their calorie burn jumped 4% for 2 hours, equivalent to a slow stroll around the block. Pu'er goes further. Aged like fine bourbon, it births probiotics that remodel your gut like a tiny construction crew. A 2024 Shanghai study found Pu'er drinkers over 65 reduced new fat cell formation by 43% compared to black coffee drinkers. Translation: fewer storage units built. Coffee refuses to be left out. Chlorogenic acid in every bean acts like a bouncer at the sugar nightclub, slows glucose absorption, so stem cells don tea panic and hoard. Decaf keeps the bouncer, skip the jitters. A Kaiser Permanente review of 200,000 seniors showed 2 cups of decaf daily cut diabetes risk 12%, same as regular, minus the 3 p.m. heart flutter. Temperature twist. Serve any of these cold. Your stomach drops 2 degrees. Brown fat fires up to rewarm you, burning 50-100 extra calories per glass. A Mayo Clinic experiment chilled green tea for nursing home residents. Over 8 weeks, the iced group lost 2.2 pounds more than the hot tea group without changing meals. Real-life lightning bolt. Evelyn's Bridge Club. 4 widows, average age 76. 3 switched 1 sweet tea for cold brew green, the 4th kept her usual. 3 months later, the tea trio dropped a combined 28 pounds and 4 prescription pills. The holdout? Gained 3 pounds and a new blood pressure med. Same grocery store, same Medicare plan. Different cups. Common mistake? Drowning the medicine. A teaspoon of sugar negates EGCG's fat-blocking superpower. Artificial sweeteners confuse gut bacteria. Lesson: plain or a drop of honey under 100-degree Huraf to preserve enzymes. Another trap: overbrewing, 5 minutes max, or tannins bind iron, risky for anemic seniors. Application formula for Evelyn and you. Daily signal stack: beach, 1 cold glass water x2, plus 1 cup green matcha x1, plus 1 cup oolong, Pu'er, X1, plus optional decaf coffee, X1. Start with 2 items, add 1 weekly. Pair tea with protein, hard-boiled egg, Greek yogurt, to steady blood sugar. Walk 10 minutes after any cup. Motion amplifies the burn. 30%. Medical guardrails. Blood thinners. 1 cup green tea max. Consistent timing. Acid reflux. Cold brew overnight, less acid. Iron pills. Tea, 2 hours apart. Nighttime bathroom trips. Finish fluids by 6 p.m. Evelyn pins Mia's study printout to the fridge like a battle plan. She dumps the sweet tea pitcher, hears the glug like a surrender. First cup of matcha foams emerald in her trembling hands. She sips, waiting for magic. Nothing explodes, but something shifts. The first brick slides off her invisible backpack. If this science lights a spark in you, hit subscribe right now. More kitchen miracles drop every week. Tomorrow, Evelyn faces the real enemy, her own routine. Will the cup be enough, or will old habits fight back? Evelyn's first week with the new cups feels like learning to dance with 2 left feet. Day 1. She forgets the cold water and reaches for orange juice. Old habit, sticky fingers. Day 2. The matcha clumps like green mud because she stirred with a fork instead of whisking. By day 4, the oolong tastes like lawn clippings, and she dumps half the cup down the sink. Her inner voice hisses, "See? Told you this wouldn't stick." The scale mocks her. Up half a pound. Sleep apnea still rattles the bedroom like a freight train. But Evelyn is a retired teacher. She knows progress hides in the margins. She prints a simple chart on yellow paper and tapes it inside the cabinet door. Cold water. Wake up matcha, 10 a.m. Oolong, after lunch decaf, 3 p.m. Each checkmark earns a gold star sticker left over from grading papers. Childish? Maybe. Effective? Absolutely. She tackles obstacles like lesson plans. Taste issue. Adds a thin apple slice to cold water, flavor without sugar. Matcha lumps. Buys a $9 battery whisk from Walmart. 30 seconds, perfect foam. Oolong bitterness. Drops water temperature to 190 degrees using the meat thermometer from Thanksgiving turkey. Small tweaks, big wins. Temperature becomes her secret weapon. Florida heat makes cold drinks natural. She freezes green tea in ice cube trays, plops 2 into a tall glass of water. Slow-release polyphenols all afternoon. A neighbor, Ruth, 81 and arthritic, copies the trick. Her swollen knuckles shrink enough to button her blouse without help. Ruth's doctor cuts her diuretic dose. Real proof in real kitchens. Brown fat wakes up too. Evelyn times her cold glass right before chair yoga on YouTube. 10 minutes of gentle twists while the chill hits her stomach. Double signal. Move, plus, cool. Burn. A Duke University study confirms the combo boosts calorie burn 18% more than either alone. Evelyn feels it in her knees. Stairs don't creak as loud. Common senior hurdle, nighttime bathroom dashes. She finishes fluids by 6 p.m., switches to a soothing mug of warm Pu'er, caffeine-free, gut-friendly. Sleep deepens. The CPAP mask gathers dust in the closet. Her husband notices first. You're not sawing logs anymore. Translation, tongue fat retreating, airway opening. Comparison trap. Evelyn eyes the cover of ARP magazine. Airbrushed 70-year-old in yoga pants. She laughs, pins her own progress photo instead. Same pants, now room to pinch an inch of fabric. Lesson, your mirror, your timeline. Arthritis flare-up mid-month. Rainy season swells joints. Green tea's anti-inflammatory catechins step in like tiny firefighters. A 2024 Atlanta VA trial gave rheumatoid seniors 2 cups daily. After 8 weeks, morning stiffness dropped 41%. Evelyn pairs tea with her turmeric capsule. Doctor-approved synergy. Application formula refined. Mobility-friendly Stackers cold cube water. 8 hours plus. 10 gentle marches in place. 1 cup tea. Repeat twice daily. No gym, no pain. Medical safety net. Stomach lining thin. Cold brew all teas 8 to 12 hours in fridge. Cuts acid 70%. Pill schedule clash. Tea 30 minutes before or 2 hours after meds. Low blood pressure. Add pinch of salt to morning water. Prevents dizzy spells. Evelyn's Bridge Club becomes accountability central. 4 mugs on the table. Emerald, amber, dark Pu'er, black decaf. They swap stories. One drops a blood sugar pill. Another fits into a dress from 2015. Laughter replaces complaint. Community compounds change. By week 6, the invisible backpack feels half empty. Energy arrives before noon. The blouse buttons without sucking in. The scale finally tips down 2 pounds, but the real metric is the tape measure, 36 inches. Visceral fat shrinking, organs breathing easier. One evening, Evelyn catches her reflection mid-sip of iced matcha. She smiles, first time in months without forcing it. The cups didn't erase age, they reminded her body how to fight back. But the journey isn't over. Numbers improve, yet one stubborn hurdle remains, the mental game of believing she deserves the effort. Next, we watch Evelyn cross the finish line she never knew she was running toward. Evelyn wakes before the alarm, sunlight striping the quilt like ribbon on a gift. No gasp, no freight train wheeze, just the soft tick of the ceiling fan and her own steady breath. She pads to the kitchen in slippers that no longer pinch swollen feet. The yellow chart inside the cabinet door is a constellation of gold stars, 3 months unbroken. The tape measure reads 34 inches. The doctor's latest printout shows fasting glucose at 94, down from 126. He circles the number twice and writes, "Keep doing whatever you are redoing." Evelyn knows exactly what that is. 4 intentional cups, 1 cold glass, and a body finally listening. The real victory isn't the scale. It's the morning she dances, actually dances, while the coffee brews. 2 minutes of swaying to an old Glenn Miller tune on the radio. Her knees complain, then quiet. Stem cells, once dozing in bone marrow, now hustle like the construction crew of her 40s. A Johns Hopkins follow-up on seniors drinking polyphenol-rich tea daily found muscle preservation equal to light resistance training. Evelyn's arms wave without the old flutter of loose skin. Repair outpaces decay. Fat finds balance. Subcutaneous softness remains. Cushion for hips, insulation for winter. But the dangerous visceral glove loosens. Her liver enzymes normalize. The shadowy scan smudges fade. Sleep apnea vanishes entirely. The CPAP machine sells on Facebook Marketplace for $50 to a grateful veteran. Evelyn mails the cash to a local food bank, paying renewal forward. Lessons crystallize like sugar in a cooled syrup. 1. Never too late. An 87-year-old from Evelyn's senior center started the same routine after hip surgery. 8 weeks later, she walked the mall without her cane. Stem cells don't retire. They wait for orders. 2. Community willpower. Bridge Club morphs into sip and shrink. 5 widows, 20 cups daily, collective waist loss of 47 inches, loneliness shrinks faster than fat. 3. Flexibility beats rigidity. Rainy arthritis days swap matcha for warm Pu'er in a travel mug during water aerobics at the YMCA. Same polyphenols, gentler joints. 4. Mindset is the hidden ingredient. Evelyn journals 1 gratitude line per cup. Cold water, legs carried me to the mailbox. Matcha, mind sharp enough to beat Mia at Scrabble. Gratitude rewires the foreman louder than any lecture. Common mistake avoided, the all or nothing trap. 1 club member skips a day, feels guilt, quits. Evelyn teaches the 80% rule. 4 out of 5 days is still a winning season. Perfection is the enemy of progress. Medical wrap-up for safety? Hypertension? Cold water trick still works. Monitor morning blood pressure. Aim under 130/80. Osteoporosis? Tea's fluoride strengthens enamel. Pair with calcium-rich yogurt. Memory concerns. EGCG crosses the blood-brain barrier. A Harvard study linked 2 daily cups to 54% slower cognitive decline in women over 70. Evelyn hosts Sunday brunch. Granddaughter Mia arrives to find the table set with mismatched mugs instead of sweet tea pitcher. Scrambled eggs, sliced tomatoes drizzled with olive oil, whole grain toast. Conversation flows without the old fog. Mia snaps a photo. 5 smiling faces, 5 steaming cups. Caption, golden years, golden brew. That night, Evelyn sits on the porch as fireflies blink like tiny repair lights. She realizes the cups didn't add years to her life. They added life to her years. The construction site hums, quiet, steady, strong. 1 simple directive echoes from bone to brain. Keep sending the right signal. And the signal starts again tomorrow, with the first cold glass at sunrise. Evelyn's sunrise now begins with a ritual so simple it feels like magic, yet it's pure biology. Cold glass of water, check. Matcha mid-morning, check. Oolong after lunch, decaf in the afternoon, check, check. 4 signals, One message: repair, burn, renew. In 12 weeks, she dropped 4 inches off her waist, 2 medications off her counter, and 20 years off her spirit. The science in one sentence: polyphenols in real tea and coffee redirect stem cells from fat storage to tissue repair, while cold temperature and consistency ignite brown fat and gut health. That's it. No powders, no patches, no $99 monthly auto ship. Your turn. Make it stick. 1. Print the signal stack. Water, print 2 to 3 cups tea, coffee. Tape it where you'll see it. Fridge, mirror, TV remote. 2. Start micro. Pick one of drink tomorrow. Cold water first? Done. Add matcha when it feels easy. 3. Track wins, not perfection. 1 gold star per cup. 5 stars. Treat yourself to a new mug from the thrift store. 4. Buddy up. Text a friend your daily checkmark. Evelyn's Bridge Club lost 47 inches together. Accountability is free medicine. Quick memory hook. Green matcha. Fat traffic cop. Oolong Pu'er. Brown fat trainer. Puzz gut probiotics. Coffee, decaf okay. Sugar bouncer. Cold anything. Calorie furnace. Safety cheat sheet, clip it. Blood thinners, 1 cup green max, same time daily. Reflux, cold brew 8 HRs. Iron meds, tea 2 HRs apart. Always, tell your doctor, bring this list to your next Medicare wellness visit. Evelyn's final reflection, whispered to the steam of her evening Pu'er. I spent decades thinking age was a thief. Turns out I just had the wrong key. The key was in her cupboard all along. Now it's your move. Grab the mug, fill it with purpose, and toast to the construction crew inside you that never clocked out. Drop a comment right now. Which drink are you starting tomorrow? Cold water, matcha, oolong, or decaf? Tag a friend who needs this nudge. Hit share so your sister in Ohio or your golf buddy in Arizona finds it before their next doctor visit. And subscribe. Next week, we unlock the 5-minute kitchen habits that pair with these cups to double the results. No gym required. Your next sip isn't just a drink. It's a vote for the stronger, lighter, sharper you waiting on the other side of the cup. See you at sunrise.